18 rings, 6 coins to my name, but with 18 rings then I can change the game. Flip them over, turn them around. Oh shit, look, I turned them into a crown. Make it dance, make it work for you. Coin is for the spending, if you scatter it then you'll reap the profits of the seeds you've sown. What do you know, look, I turned it into a throne. We do what we do to keep the water flowing. The more you give, the more it keeps growing. I don't want your gifts, I don't want your charity. I just want to see some other love and prosperity. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. I make my living by the sweat of my brow, the strength of my voice and my lyrical know-how. I work hard, I spend freely. I'm not rich, but damn, am I dearly placed to think of virtue and preach it to the masses. The fruits of my labor I use to fill glasses. Life is for the living is the message I'm selling. The scent of success is the aroma you're smelling. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. The wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning, the wheel keeps turning round. If the water won't flow, then the crops don't grow, so the wheel keeps turning round. Hold fast, 'cause it might sound funny, but the truth is wealth's not just about money. It's the push and the pull and the give and the take. It's the things that we share and the joy that we...
Hi. So I was going to sit back and listen to all the to the music for a little bit and stuff like that, but then I just saw Digby raided with a couple of hundred people. So I thought, right, okay, I'll have to come in now. So thank you for that, Digby. Mate, I really appreciated it. I do appreciate it. Yeah, if you people can reload the stream if you want to watch, we're going to be chatting LARP, specifically in Spain, how to organise LARPs and get involved. Yes, Canadian. So I think I spoke to Canadian on another stream before with Digby. So yeah, this is our world. But yeah, if you all want to come along to LARP, I can help. I can help. Yeah, if you could chuck me a follow, that would help. I'm determined to get to 1,000 followers as soon as possible. I wanted to get there before Christmas. It'll be amazing. So, thank you for the follow. That's awesome. Yeah, so, where are we? Nerd! Yeah, that's exactly the one. Yeah, thank you for more follows. I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's keep them going. Let's rock it. So, where we are at the moment. Doing the makeover. So, got bits. Donate them. Chuck all the bits my way. It's paying for new players to get involved in our wonderful hobby. If you want to get involved in LARP, if one of my mods can put the links in, come and join the Discord. Come and chat. Get involved. It's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful hobby. It's D&D in a field with about 3,000 players. I am, yeah, absolutely amazed. Thanks everyone for coming along for the raid. Thank you, Digby, for the raid. So, yeah, I'm at a loss. I've forgotten what I'm doing. Who am I? I don't know. So, we have the wonderful Ari with us.
Hello.
Here from beautiful Spain. Going to talk all LARP. Sounds like a cult to me. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's definitely not wrong.
Do you want to hear about my cult?
Yes, well, yeah. We talk about it every week here. So, funnily enough, so Phil H001, that's my wife, Helen. So, a little bit of thing that I need to do quickly is I need a new Twitch mod. I need another Twitch mod. So if anybody who watches more often than not wants to be a Twitch mod for me, let me know, and we'll get that sorted out. Just need one more. It won't be Bolam. I won't do that again, because he's very he suffers enough. We had a wonderful, me and Ari are having a wonderful chat beforehand, and we've come to the conclusion that Bolam isn't funny. Well, I came to the conclusion that Bolam isn't funny because everyone votes for Bolam. You know, I actually would if you asked. But you work so hard for Digby. I don't want to do it. I want you to come here and relax, Bolam. So you get to enjoy it and chill. So, but we'll do it. We'll get someone else. We'll get someone else in, my friends. So, Ari, thank you so much for coming along. This has all been set up by the wonderful, kind of wonderful Bolam. He's all right.
Yeah.
And that. So, thank you for coming along this evening to chat.
Well, thank you for the invitation, and I hope I can explain myself. Just bear with me if I do mistake.
It's fine. Totally fine. We'll get there because I can barely speak English anyway, so it's all fine. I was practicing a little bit of Spanish actually before the stream, so I could make a tit of myself. So I know chat are very happy for me to make a prat of myself. So and then we'll see if do you want to see how bad my Spanish is?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of British here in the. I live in Catalonia, near Barcelona. So we are used to your bad Spanish. But yeah, I
Well,
would love to.
So well, you can. I'll see if you can translate this for me and see how bad it is. Helen has just said Steve is not good at Spanish because she's heard me practicing and it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Bienvenido a mi corriente. You look so good.
Yeah. No. You got bienvenido. It's right. Sadly, Spanish is a heavily gendered language, so it would be bienvenida.
Bienvenida.
But
Okay.
stream in Spanish, it's river stream. So we use the word directo, like it's kind of live. So yeah, it's just...
Oh well.
But it was a good try.
I tried.
Nice pronunciation.
They'll love that. It's okay, Ari. I'm here to stand you as a fellow Catalonian and Londoner.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, Oni. So, Bethany, I need to learn some Spanish. My Gibraltar friend's gran is Spanish and speaks no English, but is the sweetest lady ever. Brick.
Have some bits for trying, Steve.
Thank you, Ben. I will have some bits for trying. Brick, I can't say that word. And I don't want to say that word because I don't know what it means. And you know what Twitch is like.
I think it's a muscle. It's not the one that it's here, that it's complicated to pronounce in any language? Or it's just in Spanish?
Excellent.
I don't know, I'm not a scientist.
I'll take that, Digby. Welcome to the river, everyone. I should change that.
Exactly.
Welcome to the
Quite
river.
poetic.
That's good. I like that. Welcome to the river. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we had one question immediately for you before we've even started or I've even got to ask you anything at all. So Helen has asked, do you run your own LARPs?
Yeah, I do. It's a bad decision I made 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I do. We organize now the Witcher themed LARPs. We did 5 runs in Spanish. It's the same event. It's one shot, not like a campaign or something.
Okay.
and we are doing 2 international runs the last week of February and the 1st of March.
Okay.
And we have other things being prepared for this year and the following one. But some will be Witcher themed, others will be other style
Mm.
or other topics.
Okay. Because I remember I've had long chats with Bolam about the Witcher LARPs. Because I'm a big fan of The Witcher, the games, the books, the series. Not so much the was it Blood Origins, because that's rubbish.
Let's just
We'll leave that. Yeah, push that to the side.
let's pretend it doesn't
Take all
exist.
of my bits, Steve.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you too, Dolly. Thank you. Yeah, it's not very good at all. So, what was it about when you started LARP and you were playing and you wanted to do the Witcher LARP? What is it that made you want to run Witcher LARPs rather than any other kind of LARP?
Well, um, first of all, I started playing LARPs with Harry Potter theme LARPs,
Ooh,
uh, which now it's tricky because the author decided to become their own villain.
yeah.
And yeah, so the thing is, when I started trying other type of LARPs and I came across with Witcher School,
Mm,
I was a huge fan of The Witcher because it was the first time I found a fantasy saga that I found interesting female characters
yeah.
doing cool things. You can fight if Yennefer is a bitch or not, or if it's wherever or city, but they are cool whole characters by themselves that make choices for themselves and not for other men.
Mm,
They yeah, they help each other or they fight each other, whatever, but for me it was even if it's from the 90s and has some things that could be a bit, well, outdated,
mm,
but it was nice for once to actually feel identified with those characters.
yeah.
And it was a bit like that. And also because after going to Witcher school, I wanted to play other Witcher LARPs in Spain because obviously my English improved after going to international LARPs. But at first, for me, it was harder to communicate my ideas. And for me, international LARPs were like quite quick. I don't
Mm,
know. For me, like I cannot keep up with conversations or whatever, or understand fully everything. So I wanted to play Witcher LARPs here, but in Spain, maybe there is still a lot of old school LARPs,
yeah.
which weren't kind of Witcher LARPs. It was just a fantasy LARP with some players being Witchers,
Right. Okay.
but not a Witcher LARP. And someone told me it's impossible to make a Witcher LARP that doesn't uh, work around the Witchers and everyone is NPCs for the Witcher. I said, hold my beer. And we did our LARP called Something and Something Begins.
Okay.
And we successfully did 5 runs in Spanish, so I think we managed to do something
That's really
good.
good. Yeah. Very good. Do you get a lot of players coming along as well, or is it do you only have like a certain amount of tickets? Can you only have say
Yeah,
30 odd people, 40 people, or
it's 40, uh, I think in English it's 40 players and
yeah.
15 NPCs.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's good. So, do you get to use the fantastic historical parts of Catalonia, like the ruins and the castles and things like that?
Yeah, actually, our LARP is the venue is what we call a masia. Masia, it's the typical traditional house of Catalonia. The way
Okay.
it's built, it could look somehow like an old castle, like old Gothic castles, right? Not fancy palaces with nice towers, but more square, big stone,
Mm.
with cellars, and there
Wow.
is a typical architecture technique. It's called Volta Catalana, but I don't know how to translate it. It's the way it's like a round, uh, well, round ceilings, but it's done in a technique that it's from here, and it's
Mm.
this this type of house, and it's very nice because for us, I realized doing the international LARP that for us it's very commonplace. Like you can rent for go
Yeah.
to vacations, and international people they say, "Whoa, this place looks awesome! It actually looks like it could be from the Witcher world." And it's surprising because sometimes we have our things, like our traditional buildings and so on, and we don't value them because we are used to them, right? I think of the United Kingdom castles
Mm.
or so on, and because they are so different from the ones we have here.
Yeah.
But it's because it's exotic.
Yeah, I'd say you've got much nicer weather over there than we
Yeah,
have because it rains 3/4 of the year over here.
yeah,
Um,
that also.
but thank you for 5 gift
Oh,
subs there,
yeah.
Ben. Thank you so much for doing that, buddy. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the One Bit Army, everyone. Um, I've just heard of this LARP. I live in so Miss Penart. I couldn't read for a second there. I've just heard of this LARP. I live in Barcelona, but can't speak much Spanish. See, even I could understand that one. No hablo mucho español, they said. So I fly to Empire. So she comes all the way over here. Have you ever? Hi, I came to see Ari speaking English. That's cool.
Pizza, right?
Yeah.
What?
So
I came to. No, yeah, those are my friends.
yeah. No, that's great. That's great. The more the merrier. Yeah, people saying you're doing an excellent job. I think you're speaking English better than I am, so you're doing very well. Um, so, have you ever thought about coming to the UK to LARP? Have you ever thought about coming to Empire?
Well, Bolin once tried, I think it was him tried to convince some of us to go.
Hmm.
For me, it was in a bad moment. I think I was in between the preparations of my wedding.
Hmm.
It was still pandemic and so on. But there is one thing that maybe it's important that it's different an international LARP than a LARP that people use English as a main language.
Yeah.
I guess that if I go to a LARP in your country, there will be a cultural shock
Hmm.
because what I'm used is to international LARP, which it has more or less also its own culture.
Yeah.
So sometimes maybe your LARPs could be not as easy for someone that it's foreign and it's not very fluent and used to how you LARP,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, makes
So
perfect sense.
I would love to see one of these big LARPs because I never been to one. In Spain, we don't have this kind of
No.
huge, massive LARPs. But I'm also intimidated and afraid because I don't want to be asking people to repeat things to me all the time and modify the way they speak for me.
I do. I've got pretty poor hearing, so I'm always asking people. I'm always asking people to repeat themselves, even if I understand them. I will ask them to repeat themselves, to repeat what they've said. I really wouldn't worry about that because, like for Empire, for example, everyone is very friendly and everyone is very accepting and welcoming. and will help. Will always be accommodating, essentially. So the plus side as well is that you'll be going, if you do come over, you'll know a lot of people there. So because doing this, for example, everybody here.
I think your microphone is gone. Could be.
My mic's gone, is it?
Yeah, I don't hear you. I don't know if the people in your team can hear you.
Can you hear me? Oh, can you all hear me in? Everyone in chat can hear me.
I think it's Discord.
Might be Discord. Let me have a quick look at Discord.
Let me see.
How's that? Is that any better?
Yeah, yeah.
So, my Discord just decided to change from my lovely microphone down here to my webcam mic.
Yeah, Discord does this sometimes.
Bloody Discord. But what I was saying is that you can always ask it if you have to ask people to repeat themselves. That's fine. The good thing is that if you do decide to come to Empire, you'll know a lot of people there already. So like Bolam, myself, and you'll have everybody in the Discord, and everybody will want to meet you, and we'll have because we have there you go, have Steph as well, so we'll be there, and yeah, it's a big friendly group, so there's lots of fun to be had. So yes.
Well, it's something I would like to try at least once. So I take the invitation.
Well,
Let's hope the flights just the prices go down because now it's terrible.
Yeah, it's awful, absolutely
Yeah.
awful at the moment. So how long have you been LARPing for?
Since 2016, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's 7 years,
7 years.
more or less. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
So what was it that got you into LARP? Was it tabletop and then over to LARP, was it?
Well, it was because I used to be involved a lot in the cosplay scene in Spain.
Okay.
I didn't cosplay, but I was a cosplay photographer.
Hmm.
And I had a lot of cosplayer friends. I knew a lot of cosplay organizations that did events wherever. And they did a Harry Potter weekend theme. My cousin, that she also helps with the LARP organization, the LARP that we are organizing, she was then 18 years old, and she was like, please, I want to go to this. And I was like, what the hell? What are we going to do there? Like, are we going to do like FIMO ones? Or, I was imagining something for kids.
Mm.
And we arrived there, and they said, this is your character. You have to portray it for the whole weekend. And I was like, what? How? Yeah, and that's how I discovered LARP without knowing I was going to a LARP. And
Wow.
my mind blew up.
That's wow.
And it's how everything started.
Yeah. That's fantastic. That's really cool. And you enjoyed it and have been hooked ever since.
FYP Bethany donated £5.
Totally.
Makeover, makeover, makeover.
Thank you, Beth. £5. Thank you so much for that. Okay, that's really cool. So, Harry Potter LARP. Yeah, we don't mention the author's name. So, but yeah. So I think a lot of people started with that. Was it the School of Wizardry and things like that, wasn't it? So, yeah, a lot of people started there. Luckily, it has another name. Mm.
Yeah.
So that's that's really cool. And then you went on from there to do The Witcher, and then you now run your own. It's a bit of quite a steep thing you've done there. That's really cool. So what was it that made you want to run your own though? Because there's a big difference from playing to running.
the main thing was that we were looking the community in Spain can be very insulate. I don't know if that's the word, like endogamic, like
Close.
close,
Yeah.
right? Like it's hard. There is a few LARPs, and they always have too many people for them. Like, so usually organize LARPs for your friends. So
Yeah.
we were having a hard time finding LARPs to attend,
Let's go.
or the LARPs that we could attend weren't kind of the style we liked, especially after trying some international LARPs, that it was easier to go because you only had to pay for a ticket and go there,
Yeah.
right? So at the end, I have with the friend, we always say we organize the LARPs that we would like to play.
Mm.
So that's the thing. We actually started organizing Harry Potter LARPs because we wanted to play Harry Potter LARPs.
Okay.
And then we wanted to do Witcher LARPs exactly for the reason I told you. Someone said it's impossible to make a good Witcher LARP. I said, hold my beer. And I organized a LARP I would like to play. I would love to play my LARP.
Mm.
And then there is one thing that it's a secret, but I'm going to tell you. Bo also know already. I always joke that I wrote this LARP, the Witcher LARP, because my highest fantasy was to portray Yennefer of Vengerberg. So I just wrote a LARP where I could be Yennefer of Vengerberg and be a bitch.
It's yeah. Yeah, I like that. People are loving you saying "hold my beer" in chat. That's great.
That's a very Spanish thing. Like, if you want to make a Spanish person do something stupid, just do a dare to them. They will say, hold my beer.
Hold my
And,
beer.
well, we use the word cubata. Cubata, it's like a cocktail,
Okay.
but not exactly cocktail, the kind of thing you drink when, you mix bad alcohol with a bad soda.
Mm.
It's kind of this thing. So, yeah, it's just hold my cubata. I'm going to do it.
Okay, I really like that. There's Helen has just said Steve would love to play Yennefer. So because I'm very much Team Yennefer.
Oh, glad to hear, because
I
I know Bo isn't. And I know that's the reason why he is not coming to the lab. So I cannot mess with him.
well, we'll have to. I'll have to come over and do something like that. I'll have to come over with Bolam and do some things. But I've always been Team Yennefer in the books, in the games, in the TV series. Thank you, Chris. Yes, I do have the hair for Yennefer. It's thank you. It's okay. I'm only tearing up a little about being called Bo again. Ah,
Oh,
ah,
yeah, Bo, yeah.
Bo. Okay, well we'll call you Bo. Bobo. Bobo.
Yeah.
So Pablo Cynic, we have to appreciate the sincerity of Ari. That's nice. You're getting a lot of love from chat. A lot of love.
Those are friends or players of my LARP.
It's
Pablo
great.
is one
I
of them.
love it. I love it. The only thing that will ever convince me I can run a Star Trek LARP is how much I want to play one. Oh, there we go. So I got invited to go to be I think to be an NPC for. Do you know Firefly?
I don't.
Firefly, Joss Whedon's Serenity, the cowboy. No,
It's a TV show?
yeah, was.
Yeah, it was. I think I didn't watch it.
It's good. It's worth watching. I'm going to a LARP. I'm doing a LARP for that in April.
And it's in UK?
Yeah, very very small, and it's for someone's birthday party.
Oh,
So
yes.
so I get to go along and can do that. Bobo has just said that we're not allowed to call him Bobo.
too late, Bobo.
So, sorry, Bobo. Yeah, Bobo. Excellent. Love it. Petition for Ari to be a regular guest. Wow.
Okay, all right.
I've never had that before. Never had that before. So, yeah, Pablo says Firefly is the best. So that's really cool. I've already added Ari to the list of 2-part streams. So I have a thing where we talk for so long that it becomes we need to do another stream basically to keep on going. So there was a good question I saw earlier that said, if you had all the money in the world, what LARP would you run? I know. It's a good question. I like that question.
Wow. I think I would make, I don't know. Maybe a huge Aretusa LARP. We are already planning on
Aretusa.
that, but like I want like huge with my own castle because I would buy my own castle, possibly near the sea, so it's even more familiar, more similar to the original setting. Or maybe I want to do a cyberpunk LARP, but I would like to have this whole net of tunnels with neons and flashy stuff from cyberpunk settings.
Cyberpunk's
And
great.
maybe something huge like a cyberpunk LARP with a huge city that it's actually alive. And I don't know. I would do too many things. You cannot do that question to me because my friends always joke. They see, for example, an historical building or a cool building or something, and they send the picture to me and they say, Harry, say your thing. I say, I would do a LARP there, or I would organize a LARP there. It's like the joke already. They will soon make a t-shirt for me with that um, statement. So I don't know. I want to do too many things.
It's good though. I find that doing so streaming about LARP, I've found that I get so many ideas in my head of things I want to do, but my problem is that I'm lazy.
Yeah.
So so I get an idea and then I sit there and just think, nah, it will happen at some point. But there are so many LARPs out there that we could that could be run. So I'm a big fan of Vampire the Masquerade, the tabletop game.
Yeah.
So I've just taken over my local vampire game, and to start that up again. So there will be a vampire LARP running down on the south coast in Southampton, which will be really good fun to do. So yeah, and then you get Digby, who wanted to do who wanted to run like a World War II bomber or bomber raid LARP.
A what?
So in World War II, the bombers.
Ah, well,
okay. Yeah, the bombers. He wanted to run a LARP involving one of those, but it would just be. I think he's discovered that it will be completely impractical. He wouldn't be able to do it. So it's a shame because it was a very, very good idea. But LARPs are great ideas anyway. So, yeah, there's lots of conversations going on. But Chris has said running LARPs is hard, and he hats off to those who want to do it and do it well. So a lot of respect for you for doing that. So there was a LARP mentioned. What was the name of it? Where was it? It's all gone. Aretusa. So is this your Witcher LARP or is this your own?
No.
This is your own. Homegrown.
No, the Witcher LARP, the one that we organize now, it's a social and political LARP,
Mm.
mm, with a meeting of important noble people, blah blah blah, stuff like this, and a bit of fantasy
Yeah.
because it's Witcher. But added to it's the sorceress school of the Witcher world. And
Ah, yeah. Okay.
our cousin and me always wanted to organize a huge magic school LARP, kind of like College of Wizardry or this
Yeah.
kind, right? But then the author that should be named decided to be an ass. So we decided not to support anymore any of their brands
Yes.
and not give visibility. Also because she can sue you, which it's also another handicap. And on the other side, not Cyberpunk, CD Projekt and their licensors,
Mm.
the companies that hold cyber CD Projekt license in Spain for tabletop RPG games and so on are super nice, super friendly, super open to fans doing stuff
Yeah.
for the community. So why I'm going to make a LARP where I could get sued when I have already a community or another setting that I love, that they are super helpful
Mm.
and they allow us to do LARPs without any fear and so on. So we decided to transfer our project for the Magic School to Aretusa,
Okay.
or maybe in English it's pronounced different. Sorry,
No,
but
no, it's
it's
fine. It's
LARP.
fine.
And I am also very happy with the change because maybe other Magic LARPs that you could play
Mm.
are more focused on the student part of of being in a school,
Yeah.
maybe more like teenage plots, right?
Mm.
And Aretusa can have more adult themes. I don't say this like it's better than the other, like yeah, this is adult, this is better, and no, just because you approach the topics differently, and it will be also very political LARP inside the Witcher world.
Yeah.
You can have the fantasy, but also the other political game, because some people don't like to just be a teenager with a wand because you are 40 years old, right? And maybe
Yeah.
right, but
That's it.
being a mage that's also a politician, it's different. So we are really like eager doing this because now that we actually have run other labs, people know us and so on, we feel more confident to rent a more expensive but more immersive location to
Mm.
make this happen.
So when you're with Aretusa and you're running it, is it a one-off? Was it a one-off game or is it a campaign that you're constantly moving on
Not,
with?
it won't be a campaign like with never-ending episodes, but it will be like a saga of or a season maybe
Mm.
of, I think we agreed 3 episodes.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds. So you'd have. So the players would work through the plot for episode 1,
Yeah,
and then it would all lead into 2, and then you'd have the big culmination to everything they've done in episode 3.
yeah, exactly. Like you can keep usually players want they ask us to do the second episode for something else, something begins, but we
Mm.
don't see that it's possible for how it is. But we know players want this, right? You invest in your kid, and
Yeah.
also you invest your emotions and so on. So you want to have a character that maybe can develop a bit further. So that's what we want to achieve with Aretusa.
Mm. That's really cool. I really like that. I like games that it. I mean, one-offs are fun because you go in planning and prepping for it to be a one-off, and then you just deal with it. But games where you go right, and we got this, and then we got this, and you know that you've got a long bit of time you get more emotionally involved anyway. So, so Brick has just asked, do you have any other plans than The Witcher?
Yeah, we are planning a John Wick LARP.
A John Wick LARP?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. That'll be good.
Yeah. It would be it's the Continental also in English, the hotel.
Yes. The hotel, yeah.
It would be assassins that hate each other and cannot kill each other in the hotel.
Mm.
We have announced some location that it's in the middle of the desert. It's hiding under some caves with a heliport for helicopters.
A helipad.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
We have to still go to see the place and agree with them, a budget and so on, and see if it's doable.
Mm.
But we are working on it. Yeah.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I want to do that LARP. Digby wants to. There's a lot of people in chat who want to do the John Wick LARP.
Yeah, and it's a LARP that we were thinking it would be a bit of a niche LARP.
Very much
And
so.
we posted like a teaser on social media a couple of weeks ago or so, and people went nuts. We didn't expect it, because you can expect The Witcher or Game of Thrones, I don't know, to
Yeah.
be like to have huge communities, but I didn't expect that would be so many people eager to play at John Wick LARP. I was surprised.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds amazing. That does sound really, really good. So Digby wants. Yeah, everybody wants to play that. Gibby has just said a Yeti road trip. So yeah, I think you'd get a lot of us wanting to come over. That LARP should end with John Wick killing all the players. That's a I'd be up for that. That'd be so much fun.
I'm not going to say anything.
That'd be brilliant. That'd be really, really good. Yeah, no one's allowed to bring a dog though.
No dogs are going to be hurt.
Yeah.
In the process of organizing this LARP.
That would be amazing. That would be so much fun to do. A John Wick LARP. Could you imagine? Yeah, that sounds great. So that you kind of have to do that now.
No, it's going to happen. We just need the location to agree to allow us to go there and just play assassins. But yeah,
I'll create a channel for you in my Discord for your LARP group, so you can keep us updated on what you're doing, and that's
sure, thank you.
And that would be really good. And then so because people want to go over to Spain and do the Witcher LARP or Aretusa. I mean, Aretusa sounds up my street. I like the social political sort of games and things as well. So it's I know a lot of people who know me won't really realize that about me, that I like social political, because I'm very, very combat orientated. I'm a big fighty boy. But yeah, that they all sound really good. Absolutely sold. So so a hefty Yeti trip to Spain this year then for everyone. We're going we're going to Spain LARPing, everyone. Am I going to take you all the way to the continent now? Yes, Salt, you are. Yes, Salt, you really are. This sounds really, really good. Come to Barcelona. So I've been to... I'd forgotten that I'd been to Spain, actually. I've been to Gibraltar a fair bit, but I've been to Salou, which is I think it's just outside.
Hello. Yeah, Salou.
Salou.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Salou.
So yeah, I've been there. It's boring.
Yeah, there are a lot of British people there.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah, that's the one, Jose. Yeah, I didn't like it very much.
You did or you didn't?
No, I didn't.
No, it's
didn't.
awful.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but it's awful because of the tourists.
It is, yeah. No, that is exactly it. I don't like tourist places. I want to see the real places. So, that's fantastic. But yeah, Ben is just Ari with the no filter. That's fantastic. That's wonderful.
It's what it is. If you ask me what beach do you want to go in Catalonia, it would be not Salou.
No,
Not Lloret.
no, definitely not.
Any but those.
It was an interesting place, but I liked the pubs. That was all right.
It's a place to go to party for a cheap price.
Yeah, I watched the Champions League final there as well. So I think it was Real Madrid against Juventus. So, yeah, we won't get onto football. So no, I'm if I've got a Spanish team, it's Real Betis.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
They're very similar to my English team, Portsmouth, because the fans are crazy. So that's all. The fans are brilliant. So yeah, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, doesn't seem that was expected. Yeah, not a fan of Real Madrid, Barcelona. Don't like those. No, not a fan.
Well, you know, if I have to support a football team, which I really don't care, but if I have to, it's Barcelona because, you know, it's mandatory to hate anything that comes from Madrid if you are from Barcelona.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. We get the same over here. So where I'm from, Portsmouth, we hate everything from Southampton. It's it's just the way of it.
Yeah.
So
and we also hate the French people. I'm sorry for them. You have to.
Well, I'm English, so of course we're not fans of the French, but they're not fans of us either. So, so do we. Thank you, Debbie.
It's like the meme, right?
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
We can unite in something.
Yeah. I forgot what we were talking. So Digby wants more information about John Wick, about the LARP. That's so good. He's just said it's going to live rent free in his brain now. A John Wick LARP. So, if you could run it, do you think you'd run it this year?
I'm going to make a lot of promises today that maybe cannot happen, but our plan will be in June because yeah, it's a location that it's really nice, but they don't have. We have a problem in Catalonia. Catalonia is very touristy, and also there's a lot of it's tourists from outside and inside as well. So venues are expensive, and they usually only allow you to do these kind of things in low season.
Right.
But in Spain, it's 4 months a year. It's November, December, January, and February. So actually finding a place that it's more in Aragon than Catalonia.
Yeah.
That allows us to do a LARP in summer, it's like a blessing because it never happens. Or it's super expensive. So that's the plan. But John Wick LARP was one day that me and Jorge were so tired of doing the Witcher LARP. We were like, let's just cancel this LARP. I'm so tired. Let's do a new one. What we do with it? Let's do a John Wick LARP. Oh yes, look, I know this place. It looks like a assassins hide wherever. Okay, let's make a poster for social media. Let's say that we are going to do a. It's like this. There is not much.
Yeah.
We don't have much more yet. Just.
So
let's.
I see. I've got so many questions now. I've got so many questions about it. So, would you make characters for people like they do in a lot of LARPs? So you'll play this person, you'll play this person, or do you say to people, no, you turn up, you make up your own character?
Mm,
What's the thoughts?
until from so sorry
Sorry?
until now, like we have been doing LARPs that we write character sheets,
Right, okay.
but we realized something that you need to do a very thoughtful cast when you give characters to players to be sure they have a good experience.
Yeah.
I really don't like to say, you arrived the last one, so this is the character that's left. It's your problem, because maybe this person won't have fun, right? So we are very thoughtful of that. But sometimes when the characters are pre-written, it's complicated because you can write something in the background that triggers you something that you don't want to play or upsets you, whatever. So we are going to try new things. We learned a lot doing this Witcher LARP, but we want to try different way of organizing. We are not going to do sandbox style of LARP because I think that works for huge LARPs like Empire or Dragonfest and so on, but not for the type of LARPs we like to organize. But we are going to do something semi or half sandbox. You'll be able to pick some things that the organization prepares for you that are plots that we prepare, and you will be connected to those plots. But you will be able to build your own character with our supervision. Like,
Yeah, that makes
simply
sense.
to avoid no one says, yeah, I'm Elder Blood, or yeah, I'm John Wick, right? Just to be sure your background makes sense. It's not some kind of overpower fantasy or that has nothing to do with the LARP we are trying
Yeah.
to organize. But we want to try this kind of mixed style to see how it works, because I think it can be more satisfactory. Sometimes it's not that important that I decide if not your parent, sorry, your character parents died, or if you were tortured or whatever, right? It's details that you can decide yourself and calibrate how you feel comfortable with this kind of traumas. So as long as I give you things to do in the LARP, you can build around the story that you want. And
Yeah.
that's what we want to try. I don't know if it makes sense, but
Yeah, no, that it's good. I mean, you want everyone to play something unique and not turn up as this super overpowered assassin that can do it. You don't want everyone to turn up as John Wick. I'm not going to repeat what Digby said there because that was the worst joke I have ever heard in my life. That was awful, and you should be ashamed of yourself, Digby. That was terrible. That was a terrible.
yeah, it is.
Everyone mock Digby. That was terrible. So it was amazing, and I'm not ashamed. I would be. So okay, so everyone, so work with you to make their own character, and then they can do something like that, and then I suppose everyone, yeah, because they're assassins, everyone hates everyone, and they're all just turning up and doing their own thing, and things happen. So
Yeah.
that sounds really, really good. I mean, yeah, vetoing someone as John Wick would be great. By Digby's standards, that was pretty amazing. Okay. The Digby's bad joke
Yeah, bad joke, yeah.
is bad joke. So Ari organises the lot because she wants to play John Wick.
Of course.
So that is already
Of
taken.
course.
But wouldn't you? Well, yeah. So you'll be John Wick. See, if I played an assassin, have you seen the Austin Powers film?
Oh, yes.
It was the so the bad Irish assassin that says to everybody about they're always after my lucky charms.
Wow, I was very young when I watched those movies. I am not sure if I remember.
If you rewatch it, if you watch it again, you'll look at that and you'll say, "Oh, that's the one." Everyone's after my lucky charms, and everyone laughs at him for it. So that would be what I'd want to play, just the comic relief. So, because that's the sort of area I live in. Ari will take martial arts lessons so she could kick asses in the LARP. There we go. So, so there was a question here. Do you have any? Let me scroll up to it. I think I've missed it. Are you using any security tools in your LARPs?
Yeah, we use safety tools, but not just safety tools that you can calibrate during the game.
Mm.
I think safety in a LARP should start at the moment you are designing the LARP.
Yeah.
You will always forget of something because we are not perfect, and
No.
there are things that you will face as an organization during running of the LARP. But yeah, I think our labs not only use safety tools, but also and mechanics. We also try to design labs that are safe.
Yeah.
And people think that when you say safe, it means boring, naive, or for kids,
Mm.
which is not true. A safe LARP is a LARP that you, as a player, know what to expect
Yeah.
before you sign up, what harsh topics could appear, what harsh topics won't appear, and what tools do you have to calibrate your own safety. And if you don't manage to calibrate your own safety, what the organization will do to help you, or if it's someone else causing problem, what the organization will do in that situation.
Mm.
And also, I think safety, you have responsibility a bit after the LARP. Not forever, but a couple of weeks after, you need to take care as well for your players, especially first-time LARPers.
Yeah.
Because if you have a lot of first-time LARPers, because your topic is attracting non-LARPers because it's very famous, like The Witcher, and it happens to us. Our last two runs, we have 50% of first-time LARPers. That's a lot.
Mm.
So they had sometimes problems separating or breaking themselves from their character, right?
Yeah.
So I make sure they understand and trust us. They can come to us as an organization to say, "Hey, I need a hug," or "Hey, I'm feeling bad right now. I'm mixing feelings. I hate this person, but I'm not sure if it's me or my character." Or, "Hey, I think I'm falling in love with this person and I didn't know them," right? We cannot be psychologists. That's not our
No.
job. We are not police. That's not our job.
Yeah.
But you need to be there for them as well a bit
Yeah.
after the LARP too.
It's what we call bleed. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
character bleed. Yeah, I've done streams, a couple of streams talking about character bleed, and it's a real thing. It affects a lot of people because where you're playing as your character, you really get into that mindset, and yeah, you do feel things for the person in front of you, be it love or hate. So, or if you're me, complete ambivalence towards everybody. So I don't care enough. It's very much one of those things. But yeah, it's completely understandable. And it's good that you are taking those steps to help the players who won't understand what's happening to them, why they're thinking the way that they are. So that's really good to hear. There was a question that Ben asked earlier. I've lost it. There's been so much going on in chat. I've completely lost it. And he said, "What has been your best moment at a LARP?" And then he brought up the fact, he said, because I met my wife at a LARP. So we met at Empire and we got married about 3 months ago. So yeah, so that was a big thing. So what's the best thing that's happened to you at LARP, be it in character or out of character?
I think I have two moments. one as a player and another as an organizer. But one of the most special moments for me that it impacted me not only as a player, as a LARPer, but also as a person, as a woman, was in Witcher School, which is a LARP I used to attend regularly, and it generated a lot of anxiety for me because it wasn't just the language, right? The language barrier. It was the fact that I believed, because I was a woman, that I couldn't do the things men would do at the LARP. And you can say that's stupid, blah blah, equality. Yeah, but women are socialized to believe these kind of things,
Yeah.
right? To believe that we cannot fight, that we are not powerful, that we are weak. And that was a complex I had. I really, really wanted to play that LARP, but at the same time, I felt very anxious of not being able to portray a Witcher as I should.
Right. Okay.
And also, I have a problem. I have an injury in my back, which sometimes is better, sometimes it's worse. And in one episode, it was really bad. The doctor said, you should stay in bed, but if you are not going to because you have the trip paid, she put some kind of bandage in my back and so on. Like, just do nothing, like to minimum. Don't do any effort, any physical effort. And that's what I did. It was a slow LARP for me or a quiet LARP because I couldn't involve in the main plot. Witcher School was a lot about fighting and so on.
Yeah.
So I involved myself in a subplot that I thought it wasn't important. And I ended having, for some reasons, the sword that would kill the big bad boy, right? And I didn't expect that, of course, because I thought it was just as a plot, no one was paying attention. And the vampire that gave me the sword said, "Now you're the only one who can wield the sword." And I, as a person, freaked out. I said, "I fucked up the game. I messed up so much because I cannot fight. I cannot do it." So I went to the organization room and I started crying. Like, "I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't know. I shouldn't have done that." And the main organizer gave me a hug, and said, "It's all right. We can work around this. We will make it make sense." And he said, "Actually, it makes sense. The vampire drank your blood, right? That's why you are weak and you cannot fight. So everyone will need to protect you and make sure that you will arrive at the big bad guy to just do one blow, one blow, one strike, right?
Yeah.
With one strike and this sword, you will kill him, but you need to arrive there and sort all the problems. And obviously, your character cannot do it because it's weak because she offered the blood for the vampire, right? So everyone needs to protect you. It will be fine." So they found a solution for me, and I felt for first time in a fighting LARP that instead of being a support character or a secondary character, I was being the main character. Not
Yeah.
in a egoistical, egocentrical way
Yeah.
of, yeah, I'm the protagonist of the story, but that I was actually doing something cool, being at the first line of a battle and killing the bad boy without feeling bad because I don't know how to fight and because I'm injured and because I'm a woman. And all my friends were super supportive. They played to live. It was the best thing that ever happened to me on a LARP and changed the way I perceived myself. The
Excellent.
thing that I broke some boundaries I thought I couldn't break. And I don't know, it was simply wonderful. It's something I always explain. Witcher School sadly went down for terrible reasons, but I want to say something important. It's because the owner,
Yeah.
not the lab runners.
No.
The lab runners were awesome. They did what they could to care for us and to make the LARP really inclusive and accessible for everyone. And I will never forget what Piotr did for me. So, because made me do that made me sorry that make makes me want to do the LARPs in the same way.
Mm.
I want everyone to have the chance to feel the hero of the story for once, at least once.
Yeah, I'm completely on board with that. I completely agree. I think we all go to we all LARP because we all want to be a big hero, and we all want to do these amazing things that you can't do in the real world, really. So it's fantastic that there are LARPs out there that enable people to feel fantastic. They enable people to be something that they don't normally feel that they can do. So that I'm genuinely very happy for you that you've got to experience that, because I know a lot of people who come to Empire, they feel the same way about Empire. It makes you feel like a hero. You can do great things in a battle. So you're in a 500 people against 500 people battle, and you're fighting off all these wonderful orcs and other monsters, and that you feel like a hero, and
Yeah.
nothing beats that feeling. You come out of it with all these wonderful stories. So there's one thing I love to say. I was talking to a player from Empire, and they said to me that they didn't do anything at Empire as a player. They didn't feel they did anything, and they told me everything that they got up to at the event, and it was incredible. They did more than I did. It was, and I try to do as much as I can, and they did so much, and then they realised that they were involved in a lot more than they thought, and it's fantastic to see those sorts of things. So we are all heroes in our own stories. Exactly, Debbie. Exactly. It's it, yeah. It is. It's a wonderful thing. It's really nice to hear that. So Bobo has just said that let the record show that your plot was flirting with a vampire.
Yeah, mainly.
Mainly.
But no, the thing is, the truth is, the vampire was a female vampire, and she was a wonderful, beautiful woman. And everyone was talking to her, like, yeah, I'm a witcher. Uh, they were flirting with her, but in a more arrogant way.
Mm,
And I was the only one playing that she was affecting me with her charm.
mm,
Like, I was being like a servant, like I would do anything for her, and so on. And the NPC told me after, like, I liked so much how you were playing it
yeah.
that I wanted it to be you, because I felt very comfortable and how the relationship grew, that undeveloped. Then it was nice, but it's true. The truth is that I said, yeah, I'm gonna flirt with the vampire, bye, and then I appear with the sword. Well, now I have to kill the bad guy.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Salt's just pointed out that Bolan was actually upset he didn't get to flirt with the vampire. So,
I think he couldn't attend that episode. I
wow.
not.
It sounds like a Bolan problem. Uh,
Yeah, I think it's the one he missed. I
no.
think, which actually made us very sad, all of us, because it was a cool episode.
Was it Tears of Joy he couldn't be there? You were so happy he wasn't there you cried?
No,
Poor Bobo.
because we have a thing, Bo and me, because when I arrived at Witcher school, his character was already a Witcher, but mine was another, and he offered volunteer to be art to see how it worked.
Mm.
So it came as an current and ongoing joke that at every episode I would art him,
Okay.
and he would just simply fly like and roll in the floor.
Brilliant.
He even did that in my wedding. We have a video of me dressed in a wedding gown arting him.
Ah, I'll have to see that. Have to have a look at that. That sounds
I
really
think
good.
it's somewhere in Facebook. But
I'm not on Facebook. I find Facebook's a horrible place.
yes, terrible. But where do you find LARPs then? At least in Spain, it's complicated. We don't have other communities yet.
People send me links, so that's what
Yeah,
I've got the Discord. So
yeah.
we have everyone in there, and everyone posts the things, and they talk about it, and they say this one's here and that, and it's really really good. So it's why I'll give you your own channel in the Discord, so you can put out all of your LARPs, especially the John Wick LARP that we all want to go to now.
It was clear. But I guess the John Wick LARP, if we do an international run, it will take maybe more than just this year because we need to translate everything.
Mm.
But I will keep you updated.
Oh, definitely, yeah. That's right up my alley. That one. Need to go to that one. So I'm gonna. I think we're going for an hour and a quarter. I tend to go around this sort of length of time for streams because I have a child and she's
Sure.
so I need to make sure she's all sorted and to get ready for bed. Check my DMs. Oh, have we had a? Have we put up the picture? Have we? I would check it on the thing, but that's. Come on. Let's have a little look. Oh, right, okay, it's on. That's a video. 120. Oh, wow.
It's the wedding.
Yeah.
What a fun stream.
There you go, so I'll put that.
Yeah, that's my wedding. No,
Look at
but
that!
no,
Oh,
right, because I think the art is at the end.
look at that! That was where you got married? That's
Yeah,
amazing!
yeah. You know why I decided to get married there? I
So you
was
could run a
looking for
LARP there?
venues. No, I was looking for venues for a LARP, and I came across this place which is just out of a fairy tale. And I messaged them, and they said, "No, we don't have accommodation. We can only host events." And I said, "Okay, now I have to get married there." That's how I
Oh,
decided I wanted to get married, actually, because I fell in love with this place.
yeah, I think it's just coming up. It's a beautiful
A
venue.
Spanish wedding. It's a super fun event, actually. Look there.
Hooray!
Those are all LARPers.
That's amazing. That is so cool. That is an amazingly, yeah. Oh, everything looked incredible. That looked incredible. So, absolutely beautiful venue. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yes, I know you gave me a timestamp, Bolam. I know you did, but it's a wedding. You can't help. I mean, it's like if I get to show off stuff from my wedding, I always will. So it's one of those things, isn't it? So um, I think chat would love to have you back on again, Ari. I really think
Yeah.
they would. We'll do if you've got lots of photos of your LARPs and stuff like that. What we can do is we can go through it all, and you can actually show off all your LARPs
Sure.
and stuff like that next time. I think we'll do that. There you
We
go,
have
Bo.
photos and videos.
Yeah, there you go.
We have videos now.
There you go, Bobo. You called it. 2 streams. You called it.
Okay.
So we'll go and raid someone. Oh, Debbie, thank you for the 500 bits, my friend. Thank you. We're gonna go raid Dolly because Dolly's there. My wallet already hurts thinking about that, and we need some John Wick in our life by the sounds of
Yes.
it.
We need
Co-
what's the name of the actor, damn it?
What, Keanu
Um
Reeves?
Keanu Reeves in our life.
To be
We need
honest, I reckon he would turn up to it. It sounds like the sort of things he would do. The sort of thing he would
Look,
do.
I sent a message to Henry Cavill, but I guess he's too busy painting miniatures for
Well,
replicate.
yeah. If any of the stories about Henry Cavill are to be believed now, he might not be the
Yeah.
really nice person we think he
No,
is.
he's not that nice.
So
But yeah, I think Keanu Reeves could be someone that would appear at their own LARP.
yeah, I think he would. I reckon he would turn up just to say hi. So is there someone with Keanu's phone around here? I don't know.
We will just send a DM in Twitter. You would be surprised of how many doors open. Just
Yeah,
sending random DMs to people.
yeah. I think we could do this.
Yeah, or let's just make like a rate of people
Yeah, we'll get Ian McShane. That'd be good.
tagging Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. So yeah, it never hurts to ask. It never hurts to ask. You've got a better shot at Joey Beatty. Yeah, that too. Ian McShane. Doesn't matter, does it? That would be. But we need a John Wick LARP in our lives. I think
Yes.
that's what we've discovered
You
here.
you didn't know until I told you.
No, didn't. Never would have thought about it. Never would have thought about it until now. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, that's amazing. Ari, thank you so much for coming on. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. It has been great fun chatting to you and watching Bobo squirm a little bit. So
He's going to kill me.
he's going to kill me as well. So, but it has been great listening. There's a lot of positivity. If everyone in chat could give all the love in the world to Ari, and then we're gonna go and raid Dolly, and then give him all the love in the world. Let's get that.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. It has been a pleasure.
It's been a lot of fun, very eye-opening, that's for sure. But yeah, everyone go give Dolly some love now, and then I'll be back on Monday for I've forgotten. I can't remember.
Something.
Yeah, something's happening on Monday. I can't
For the
remember what.
cult. The LARP cult.
Definitely for the LARP cult. Yes. All hail the LARP cult. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Much love. Basie Bay.